Hey everybody, we're back and we have a little more information on our germination test we were doing. So actually a week ago from today, last Sunday, I seeded everything into trays, a tray, 10 seeds each, stuck it in the germination chamber and checked it 3 days later. And I was actually pretty good with my measurements. I did have seeds starting to pop up within that 3 days. I had a couple that were just peeking out. So once seeds are popped in the germination chamber, you want to pull them out right then and there because plants need light to photosynthesize and grow. So that's what I did. And because the greenhouse isn't up and running yet, clearly I'm not going to start it for one tray. I just stuck this in my room near a window, near my radiator where it's 70 degrees. So perfect temperatures for growing and germinating things. So what did we figure out? What we were looking for, the germination of these seeds that are older. So I had one broccoli here that was planted on, that was from the date, I believe 12/15, somewhere around there. So that seed's about 5 years old. And looking at, this might be a little difficult, but if we look at this first row right here, this is the broccoli seed. And there's actually 9 out of the 10 seeds popped up and germinated, which is great. 90% germination, right? And so that makes us think, okay, what happened to that last seed? Maybe it didn't, get enough moisture. Maybe it didn't get, the proper things. Maybe it was a dud. Maybe it was a dead seed. So I actually, I dug up the cell and I found the seed there, and I did a little crinkling around, and it didn't really have any take to it. Didn't look like any life was really trying to grow out of it. So the seed packets, none of them, very few of them are 100% germination rate. So this gives a good representation that this seed is still viable. It's probably between 90 to 95% germination rate, and so I'll be able to use this season. Now that the package is open, it is in a plasticky sealed package, so it should last quite a while even if I don't use all the seed this year. But now that that packet is open, it will be exposed to air, when I'm planting that seed. So the shelf life or the germination of that by next year might reduce a little bit. But we can either test it or, theoretically, hopefully I use up the rest of that seed in this season. So the second one we did was dill, and this didn't work out too well with the triple trial I did here. I definitely should have done that separately. In the germination chamber, definitely takes more days to germinate and pop up. But right now it looks that I have, I want to say 4 to 5 seeds that have actually popped. I haven't dug down into all these yet to really see. I've just been watering them to see, give them some moisture, and hopefully more will pop up. They take a lot longer to germinate versus, the broccoli or lettuce. So that happens. So our lettuce, concept lettuce. This was from 2017. And lettuce isn't great to keep year after year. The seeds doesn't hold up as well. So I want to do a good test to see, if this was still viable. So we have actually 10 seeds that have germinated. Unfortunately, that seed was so small that one stuck in one of the cells. So I have 2 seeds coming out of one cell. I did dig up the last cell, and I couldn't find the seed, but it is very, very small. So there's a good chance I either skipped a cell or I double seeded one. So I'm going to claim this one is a good 95% germination rate as well, because I do have at least 9 that did come up out of the 10 cells, which is great. And I do have that one extra one to show that it did germinate. So I'm going to give that a 90% germination rate, which is good. That that means the seed is still viable. We don't have to go throw this out and buy new seed. Seed is very expensive. Just put all my seed orders in an hour ago. I actually finished that up, and so it's a pretty penny. Like I said, you want to make sure you're purchasing, as close to the exact amount as you need for that season. And clearly a lot of things only come in either packets, you got your ounces, your half ounces, your quarter pounds, your half pounds, your pound increments, and then you have your counts, which can be, 100, 150, 50, 250, 500, 1,000, and so on. So clearly I do a lot of things per 100 row feet, or length of my field. So for instance, one of my pumpkin rows on one of my fields only requires 300 seed. So I can either purchase 500 seed count, or maybe purchase the 350 seed count. A lot of it's based off what's more cost effective. If you can purchase the 500 and you're going to save $10 to $15, I kind of go that route, because I keep my seed in a controlled environment year after year, so it shouldn't really have a lot of issues not being viable the next season, and especially just being the next season. Seed should definitely last a good couple of years at minimum, and that definitely varies on the seed. But like I talked previously, the biggest thing is making sure your seeds are kept in the proper conditions. That way they're viable for year after year. So that's germinating seeds 101. Simple and easy and fun, and it kind of gives us a teaser for the season, because seeing green life is pretty cool. So yeah, if you have any questions, please put them below. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please hit the subscribe button below, like this video, and have a great day. Proper grow viable for year after year. The proper growing spaces, and year after year. Proper growing spaces.